All right, XRP. Looks like we've got a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, it's December 2nd, 2024.
You've sent over, wow, a whole bunch of stuff, articles, court documents.
Yeah, even a white paper.
Clearly, you're trying to get a handle on this whole XRP thing, especially with it hitting, what, $2.70 today?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with XRP right now, isn't it? It's at this kind of crazy crossroads, this wild price surge. But then this whole history, right, of like regulatory battles and promises that, well, maybe didn't quite pan out.
Exactly. So that's what we're going to do in our deep dive today. Break it all down.
Okay.
We'll trace XRP's journey, right? Unpack that crazy SEC lawsuit, and then try to figure out, like, what does this latest surge actually mean for its future?
Right. So I think it's important to remember, first of all, that XRP and Ripple Labs, the company behind it, they've been around for a while. They came out like way back in 2012, pitching themselves as this faster, cheaper alternative to Bitcoin.
Right.
With these big ambitions, to revolutionize global payments. It's all right there in the white paper you sent, actually.
Yeah, the white paper really hammered that home.
But then things kind of got interesting.
Oh, yeah.
They rebranded to Ripple in 2015 and then started really focusing on building this global payment network.
Do you think that shift in strategy maybe caused some confusion in the market?
Potentially, yeah. Because they had these early wins, like the Japanese Bank Consortium's MoneyTap app. That was back in 2018.
Oh, right.
And then Santander's OnePayFX, they were using Ripple's Xcurrent technology.
But those weren't actually directly using XRP, right?
No, not in all cases.
That's what I thought.
And Xcurrent, that wasn't even like blockchain-based.
It wasn't.
No, more about connecting banks, faster messaging and settlement.
Okay. So it seems like they were kind of like playing both sides.
Yeah.
They were courting the traditional finance world while also pushing this, super revolutionary cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. And maybe that approach, contributed to some of the challenges they faced later on.
Especially with that SEC lawsuit.
Right.
So December 2020, SEC drops this bombshell lawsuit, right?
Yeah.
Alleging that Ripple raised over $1.3 billion through this unregistered securities offering of XRP. I mean, that must have been a huge blow.
Oh, absolutely. It created so much uncertainty for XRP holders and for Ripple Labs.
Right.
And it dragged on this lawsuit for years, just this dark cloud hanging over XRP.
Yeah.
Then July 2023 finally got that landmark ruling. The court decides XRP itself, when it's sold on public crypto exchanges, is not a security.
Okay, so for everyday investors like me, buying XRP on Coinbase, that's good news.
Right, yeah.
But the court also said that institutional sales by Ripple, those could still be considered securities. So there's still this like gray area.
Exactly. It's a nuanced ruling, but with huge implications for how XRP is traded and used.
Right.
Programmatic sales on exchanges, different from institutional sales. And this distinction, it's going to keep being a focal point as regulators around the world try to, figure out how to classify and regulate crypto.
So, okay, that brings us to today. XRP breaking $2.70. It's up, over 100% in just the last month.
Crazy, right?
And it's now the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap, surpassing Tether. What is driving this massive surge?
Well, I mean, there's definitely that fear of missing out factor, right?
We all know, yeah.
After the SEC ruling, a lot of investors who were kind of hesitant about XRP, they jumped back in, and that created this like upward momentum. But crypto quant CEO Ki Young-ju, he pointed out that a lot of this was driven by whale activity.
Oh, okay. Big players.
Yeah, big players buying up XRP on platforms like Coinbase, and there were premiums there, like 3% to 13%.
Wow. So it's not just like retail investors piling in. Big money is making moves too. But you said Coinbase specifically.
Yeah.
What about other exchanges? Was this global?
That's where it gets interesting. On South Korea's Upbit exchange, where XRP trading is huge, by the way, there wasn't that same premium. So that suggests this recent surge, it might be fueled by very specific market dynamics.
Okay.
Possibly even tied to like anticipation of changes in the U.S. regulatory landscape.
Well, you're right. The political scene has shifted big time.
Yeah.
The recent election and Gary Gensler's resignation from the SEC, I mean, that seems to be signaling a more crypto-friendly environment, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a factor.
Could that be influencing XRP's price?
Yeah, there's this sense of optimism, right? That the new administration might take a more balanced approach to regulating crypto.
Okay.
Which could be good for XRP, good for the industry as a whole.
And this shift is happening, as CBDCs are on the rise. And AI's role in finance is growing.
Right. It's all connected.
It's almost like a perfect storm is brewing for XRP.
Yeah.
Favorable regulatory climate, potentially, plus these huge technological advancements. I mean, it could completely reshape global finance.
Yeah, but where does XRP actually fit in this new world?
That's the big question, isn't it?
That's what we'll explore in the next part of our deep dive.
Welcome to Echoes of Insight. Here we bring you valuable insights on health, global events, politics, the economy, and our planet. Every podcast is backed by high-quality research, giving you up-to-date perspectives, so you don't have to spend hours searching for answers yourself. Hit subscribe and share to stay informed and inspired. Let's get started.
Welcome back. We were talking about XRP's potential role in a future shaped by CBDCs and AI.
Right.
Really exciting area, I think, to explore.
Yeah, it is.
Gets to the heart of what XRP was, originally designed to do, that whole facilitating seamless global payments thing.
You're right. And we've seen how, traditional financial systems can be slow, expensive, and even, exclusionary.
Yeah.
So let's start with CBDCs. What are they, and why are they such a big deal right now?
So CBDCs, or central bank digital currencies, they're essentially digital versions of a country's fiat currency, like, a digital dollar or a digital euro.
Okay.
They're issued and backed by the central bank, but unlike physical cash, they only exist in electronic form.
So it's kind of like taking the concept of cash, but moving it into the digital realm. What kind of impact could that have on, global finance?
The implications are massive. I mean, CBDCs have the potential to make financial systems more efficient, more transparent, and more accessible.
Okay.
They could streamline cross-border payments, significantly reduce costs, even enhance financial inclusion for people who don't have access to traditional banking.
That all sounds pretty great.
Yeah.
But where does XRP actually fit into this? It's not a CBDC itself, right?
No, exactly. XRP isn't tied to any specific country or central bank, but that's actually where its potential strength lies. Some experts believe XRP, with its existing infrastructure, that focus on cross-border payments, it could act as a bridge currency for different CBDCs.
A bridge currency. Help me visualize that.
Okay, so imagine a scenario, right, where, let's say, the digital euro and the digital yuan need to interact for a transaction. XRP could potentially facilitate that exchange, smooth out the process, reduce those friction points that exist in today's correspondent banking system.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It's like a universal translator for different digital currencies.
Exactly, yeah.
That could be incredibly powerful, especially as more and more countries launch their own CBDCs.
Right, and XRP already has a proven track record, right? Handling high transaction volumes. The XRP ledger, it can process thousands of transactions per second, essential for a global payment network. Compare that to Bitcoin, which is much slower and more energy intensive.
So speed and efficiency are definitely on XRP's side.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it face competition from other cryptocurrencies that are trying to do the same thing?
Well, of course, yeah. There will always be competition in crypto.
Right.
But XRP does have some advantages, right? Its transaction speed, lower environmental impact, that existing network of partnerships with financial institutions.
Okay, so what about the challenges? What hurdles would XRP need to overcome to really thrive in this world where CBDCs are, dominant?
Well, one of the biggest ones is regulatory clarity. Even though XRP itself wasn't deemed a security, that SEC lawsuit, it still creates this uncertainty. And central banks are very cautious, right? They want to adopt technologies that operate in, a very clear regulatory environment.
Right. They want stability and reliability. They need to know the rules before they, get in the game. What about AI? Where does that fit in? It seems like AI is going to disrupt, every industry, including finance.
Yeah, AI is absolutely a game changer. It's already being used, fraud detection, algorithmic trading, personalized advice. Now imagine applying AI to the world of XRP and CBDCs.
Okay, so what are some examples? How could AI be used in this context?
Well, think about AI algorithms optimizing XRP transaction routes in real time, analyzing market conditions, identifying the most efficient pathways for cross-border payments, executing transactions with minimal human intervention.
Wow. It's like having a super intelligent traffic controller for global payments, making sure everything's running smoothly and quickly. But are there any downsides to introducing AI?
Well, AI does come with its own challenges, right? There are concerns about bias, transparency, control. As these AI systems become more and more sophisticated, we need to make sure that they're developed and used responsibly and ethically.
Right. So it's not just about the technology itself.
No.
It's about how we use it
Hmm.
and the safeguards we put in place. We're talking about potentially reshaping the entire global financial system. That's a huge responsibility.
Absolutely. And that's what makes this conversation so important. We need to be thinking critically about the potential benefits and risks, as we navigate this uncharted territory. This brings us back to XRP, right? Sitting at this intersection of established financial systems, these emerging technologies, and evolving regulatory landscape.
It's like watching a high-stakes poker game unfold.
Yeah.
It's exciting, unpredictable, and the outcome is going to have a huge impact on the future of finance.
Well, what does this all mean for our listener who's trying to, make sense of this whole thing? What are some key takeaways they should keep in mind? So we've covered, a lot in this deep dive.
Oh, yeah. XRP's, roller coaster history, the SEC lawsuit, this crazy recent price surge, and then its potential role in a world with CBDCs and AI everywhere.
Yeah.
It's clear that XRP is at a pivotal moment.
Definitely. A time of tremendous opportunity, but also, I think, a time for caution. There's still a lot of unknowns, right? And anyone who's thinking about investing in XRP, they need to be aware of the risks.
Let's talk about those risks. I mean, we know the crypto market, it's volatile, prices swing wildly, and there are no guarantees. What are some other things our listeners should keep in mind?
Well, the regulatory landscape, it's still evolving. Yeah. We've seen how quickly things can change. And the SEC's approach to crypto, that's going to continue to be a major factor influencing XRP's trajectory, I think.
You're right. That SEC lawsuit, even though, it ultimately ruled that XRP itself wasn't a security, it still created this cloud of uncertainty.
Yeah.
It really highlighted the need for clear guidelines, clear regulations for the whole crypto industry.
Exactly. And beyond just regulations, there's the technological landscape to consider. We talked about CBDCs and AI, but there are other innovations happening too. Things like decentralized finance, DeFi, and stablecoins.
Right.
These are all potential disruptors. They could impact XRP's position in the market.
So it's not just about XRP's strengths and weaknesses on their own.
No.
It's about how it stacks up against the competition and how it adapts to this crazy, fast-changing environment. It's like a puzzle, right? A constantly shifting puzzle.
That's a great analogy. And just like with a puzzle, you got to see the bigger picture, but also pay attention to all the individual pieces.
So for our listener, trying to piece this puzzle together, what advice would you give them? How can they navigate this complex world and make informed decisions?
First and foremost, do your research. Don't just rely on headlines or social media hype. Dig deeper. Read the white papers. Understand the technology, and analyze the market trends.
It's about being an informed investor, not just chasing the next big thing. And what about staying up to date? Things are moving so quickly. How can our listener keep their finger on the pulse?
That's where engaging with the community is so crucial. Follow reputable news sources. Join some online forums. Participate in discussions.
Right.
It's a collaborative space, you can learn from other people, get different perspectives.
It's about continuous learning and staying curious. And I think that's a great note to end on. The world of XRP, crypto, the future of finance, it's constantly evolving. There's always something new to learn.
Absolutely. So to our listener, as you continue exploring XRP, the broader crypto landscape, remember to stay informed, stay engaged, and stay curious.
And remember, the best investment you can make is in your own knowledge.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into XRP. We hope you found it insightful.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing those boundaries of what's possible.